Hi and welcome to the Barney Chronicles. Today's video is 15 things you need to know before starting your GLP-1 or Mounjaro journey. If you're new here, my name's Scott, I'm 38 years old, 5'8". Started taking Mounjaro around 3.5, nearly 4 months ago, weighed just over 100 kilos. I've managed to go from 100 kilos down to 82. Consistent weight loss, very minimal, if any, side effects. I'm going to walk you through 15 tips and tricks and things you should know before starting Mounjaro. Number 1, pick a supplier that supports maintenance. This is something I wish I'd done at the start of my journey. A lot of suppliers won't let you have Mounjaro if you are under 27 or 30 BMI. So making sure the supplier you start with supports maintenance, if you want to be taking Mounjaro longer term, like I do, massively beneficial. Number 2, informing your GP and getting baseline blood results done. Again, something I didn't do at the start, but wish I had. So getting baseline blood results done first, when you are on the journey, when you start taking Mounjaro, understanding if Mounjaro is affecting your body adversely, massively important. I will leave a link to a video where I've had a bit of a nightmare with my blood test results, but I'd definitely recommend this. Not only that, but letting your GP know exactly what's going on and what you're doing can be massively beneficial also. Number 3, not believing too much of the fear-mongering. Yes, there are side effects and yes, there are risks involved, but understanding what those risks and what the percentage of having those side effects are, again, really important. I definitely look at both sides of the coin. So looking at people on their own journey, but also understanding the side effects, massively beneficial, but I won't get too bogged down with it. Things like paracetamol, ibuprofen have lists of side effects. So entering into it, understanding the pros and cons, again, hugely beneficial. Number 4, dose splitting. This is something I wish I'd done sooner. I think after you've got through the initial period of getting used to the medication in your body, dose splitting can massively help. So instead of having one injection weekly and there being really high levels and really low levels in your system, halving your dose and doing it every 3.5 days can massively help with end of week food cravings and also side effects when titrating or moving up the doses. Again, I'll leave a link for the dose splitting video up here. Number 5, one that splits opinion. The golden dose won't kill you. I've been doing it now for the past couple of months and seen no difference, no side effects or anything happen to me. Again, look, it's completely up to you whether you do or don't do the golden dose. This isn't me telling you should, but Mounjaro is expensive. And so getting the most out of the pen, it makes sense to me. But again, definitely do research on this before entering into it. And again, I'll leave a video up here for the golden dose video I did. Number 6, ordering your pen before you need it, which sounds strange, but really, really beneficial. So most pens, when you get them, will have quite a long expiration date on them. Some suppliers do struggle to get it in if there's high demand, and you could be left waiting and not having the injection you need. So getting it a couple of weeks, even a month in some case, before you need it, keeping it in the fridge, it'll be fine. Number 7, slower titration. How you move up the doses. This is very specific to individuals. Everyone's going to be different, of course, but what I would say here is not just doing the month of 2.5 then the month of 5, 7.5, etc. unless you have to. Personally, I would utilise 2.5 for as long as you need it. Once it starts becoming less effective or you notice it's not as effective as before, of course titrate up. But even at that point, so I've seen a lot of things of people moving from 2.5 to 5 and then starting to get side effects. So I went 2.5, 3.33, 4, and now I'm on 5. So I think understanding that you don't need to have what is recommended can be beneficial. Again, up to you how you do it, but personally, I think moving up the doses slower makes more sense because you may find that 2.5, if it's not as effective anymore, going to 3.33 might be just what you need, and only titrating up when you need to. Number 8, easing into exercise. Because you're going to be inputting lower calories, you're going to be in a calorie deficit, and the first week can be lower than it should be because you have no appetite. Making sure that when you are exercising, you're easing yourself into this, massively important. I wish I'd done it a lot better, to be completely honest. I think slowly getting back into exercise is hugely beneficial. just ease yourself into it. Number 9, injection sites don't matter. I have seen lots of videos of people saying if you do it in your arm rather than your leg or your stomach, it makes a difference. I've done it in all 3 areas, back of the arm, thigh and stomach. They're all exactly the same. Neither are more or less painful. I just find the stomach's easier. There's a bit more fat there, so it just makes and you can see a bit easier as well. Makes the injection a bit easier, but I wouldn't get too bogged down or worried about where you're injecting it. Find the place that works for you. Simple. Number 10, clean eating is key. This is a really important part. So making sure you're trying to cut out as much processed foods, alcohols, things like that are going to be massively beneficial when it comes to reduced side effects, I believe. Again, no doctor, but it's helped me massively. Making sure you're getting the nutrients you need and eating as clean as possible is going to help the weight loss, of course. Also, it'll just help your general overall health. Number 11, accessories. So definitely recommend getting a travel case. If you are looking to go on holiday or travel somewhere in the UK or whatever country you're in, having a travel case to keep your medication cold, really important. You can keep the pen outside of the fridge for 30 days, but because my pens last a bit longer than 30 days, I always keep mine in the fridge regardless. I'll leave a link down below to the pen case I use. It's around 15 quid on Amazon. Brilliant. Number 12, tracking. I am a massive nerd and always gone about tracking, but I think it's really important. Making sure you've got an app downloaded to track all the calories, the nutrition you're putting in your body, also hydration, hugely beneficial. I use Chronometer because it'll tell you if you're deficient in any nutrients and also what foods to eat to replenish that. So making sure you're tracking everything, weight, hydration, calories, it's of course going to help with the weight loss journey. Also with Chronometer, it'll input all exercise as well, so then you know you need to be eating more or less calories on a day, depending on what you've been doing exercise-wise. Number 13, not getting disheartened by weight loss. Everyone's journey is going to look massively different. Some people lose loads in the first couple of weeks, others don't, some plateau, some gain weight. Understanding that it might not just be as simple as losing constant weight is huge. You know, you've taken the step here, and quite a big step, to inject yourself to lose weight. Stick with it. There are many factors that can tie into whether you lose or gain weight. You know, things like if you eat salty meals or have a higher salt intake one day, you're going to retain water. If a day you're doing lots of exercise, there'll be inflammation in your body, which will also look like weight gain. And of course, things like alcohol consumption, etc., will also impact it. So making sure that you're weighing yourself regularly. I tend to do it once a day, and then I'll add up all the weights throughout the week, divide it by 7 and get my weekly weight. Understanding the days you could be over, under, and not getting disheartened, hugely beneficial. Number 14, the jab doesn't hurt. The injections don't hurt. I struggled with this when I first started my journey. Stood in this actual room for like 15-20 minutes before injecting myself, petrified. It doesn't hurt. I think the idea of injecting is a lot worse than the injection itself. And once you get over the initial couple, it becomes easy, it becomes second nature. So don't worry about the injection. Even with the golden dose, where the needle's slightly longer on the insulin injection, again, not that bad. Last but not least, 15, hydration. Everyone will bang on about hydration. It is crucial. The only ever time I've felt not great on this journey is when I haven't drank enough water. Wake up in the mornings with headaches or whatever it may be. Get one of those big bowls that kind of counts how much you're drinking in a day. Drink more water than you think you'll need. Hydration is massive. Stay hydrated. So that's it. That's my 15 things you should know before starting this journey. If you like the content, please hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, give it a thumbs up. It all really helps support the channel, of course. If there's anything I haven't mentioned that you believe is a great thing or a great tip for people entering into this, again, leave it in the comments below. But yeah, if you have watched, then thank you. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next one.